Once you've discovered the power of decluttering, there is no doubt you're going to want to keep that momentum going. But it doesn't have to feel like this never-ending declutter marathon. Instead, there are some really simple habits you can implement today that are going to help get you closer to that stress-free, happier life you want. Hey, I'm Katie Wells, declutter expert, and through my online programs, YouTube channel, and my top-rated podcast, I've helped thousands of families successfully declutter and keep that clutter away. So the first habit I want you to start doing today is to start doing daily resets. Now, a daily reset is simply where you put things back where they belong. So if you're anything like me, maybe on days you spend the majority of your time at your home, maybe on a weekend or with your kids or your family, I used to not clean up at all, with the exception of dishes after meals, until the end of the day. And guess what happened throughout the day? Mess started to build, things started to get put where they don't belong, things got put on kitchen counters, kitchen tables, things landed on the floor, the entryway became a mess. You get it, right? This happens in every single home. And instead of doing a daily reset once or twice a day in those spaces, because I just didn't know to do them, I waited for that mess to build. And in the meanwhile, my brain's getting stressed out, I'm getting triggered, I'm getting more anxious, and I'm getting more frustrated and really frustrated with my family because they're not putting stuff back where it belongs the first time. So a daily reset and doing these 1, 2, maybe 3 times a day should be your new go-to solution, because it's going to prevent that mess from getting so overwhelming. And when mess gets overwhelming, whether that's clutter or expected mess that happens from everyday life, it doesn't matter, because most people are more likely to procrastinate on starting to take action and handle and put stuff away or declutter. And the more we procrastinate, the harder it is to get started, the more the mess builds. You see where this is going, right? Next thing you know, it's been a week since we've put anything away. The house is overwhelming and we don't know where to start. Plus, when you do it that way, the way I used to do it, tackling it once a day, it takes so much longer to do. It used to take me 30 minutes to clean up my living room, which was also my kids' play space, just so I could vacuum the floor, which took about 2 minutes, which was really annoying. And these daily resets only take often seconds or just a short few minutes to do. So you might be thinking, okay, Katie, sounds great, but how am I going to get my family to pick up 2, maybe 3 times a day when they're already resisting picking up once a day at the end of the day? And here's the thing, they are probably just as overwhelmed as you are. When any person, no matter what their age, either 3 or 99 and anywhere in between, is faced with a large volume of things to pick up, we don't want to, because it feels overwhelming and it's really hard to just get started. So when you do these daily resets and the mess is a very small amount versus a large amount, not only is it easier to get your family on board to do these things, but it's also going to take so much less time. Having these daily resets and knowing we're going to do them helps just put our mind at ease, because we can't demand perfection from our families. Things are going to land where they don't belong all the time. I'm not perfect, my family's not perfect, and instead of getting frustrated every single day that the shoes land next to the shoe bench instead of inside the shoe bench, I know that, hey, you know what? In 2 hours after lunch today, I'm going to spend 15 seconds or less, me and my kids most days, putting the stuff quickly back where it belongs. It's no big deal. So instead of constantly nagging and feeling resentful and frustrated that they mess up or don't do things how you think they should do, have this as your plan B. It's going to put your mind at rest and make you get through your day so much more stress-free and joyful. So my challenge for you today is to start doing one daily reset. So pick one spot in your home that you're going to begin doing these. Maybe you pick 2, but don't make it too overwhelming, because when things are too overwhelming, they don't stick. We don't make them a habit, and it's so hard to be consistent, and we don't get the results we want. So pick one spot in your home to do that. So how do you pick that spot? Where do you decide when there's 5 different spots in your home that accumulate a lot of mess? So my best recommendation is to pick the one that's been bothering you the most, and pick the one that you tend to spend the most time in. So for a lot of people, especially if you have an open concept home, maybe that's a kitchen or a living room or somewhere you pass every single day or spend time in. It really bothers you and it stresses you out. So make that your one daily reset spot. Once that becomes a habit, add a second time if you need to. Maybe you do lunch and dinner. And speaking of lunch and dinner, a great tip to make these daily resets an automatic habit where you don't even have to think about it is to anchor them to a routine that's already a part of your day. So anytime that your family naturally transitions from one room in your home to another, or maybe from inside to outside, from inside hanging out after breakfast to outside for playtime in the morning. That is a great time to incorporate those daily resets. Another common time is, you guessed it, mealtime, when everyone goes from their bedrooms, from the living room, from wherever they are in the house to all meet at the dinner table or at the kitchen island. So that natural transition and that anchor in this case is the meal. So either before or after meal is typically when we do these in my home. And because I know that we're going to be eating 2, probably 3 meals a day every single day, I know that that's an opportunity for 2 or 3 resets depending on where I want my family to focus. Okay, and wrapping up on that daily reset habit. So how do you know when you are done? This is a great thing. I want you to teach your family so you can start delegating some of these responsibilities as far as managing stuff. So a rule and guideline we follow in my house is that anything that doesn't belong there permanently when not in use needs to be put away or be decluttered. If there is a ton of stuff left on the kitchen counter after I do a daily reset, it means I didn't quite do my job. So sometimes it's helpful for family, whether it's young kids or a partner, to be able to define what does done look like, because otherwise they probably all have different ideas of what done looks like. The second habit I swear by are clutter audits. Now, I talked about when we started the video about how decluttering can feel like this never-ending marathon. It can feel like this huge, overwhelming project, and like, how am I going to find the time to carve out to do all this decluttering I know I need to do? So clutter audits are a really simple solution that are so quick and easy to make an automatic habit. I'm all about doing things as seamlessly and as easily as possible. This is how to declutter in a seamless, easy way. Clutter audits are basically when you just incorporate decluttering into your normal everyday routine. There is no scheduling 10 minutes in your day, or taking an entire weekend to declutter and organize, or taking time off work so you can get the job done. It's doing a little bit consistently and getting it out of your house. People very much undervalue and underestimate the cumulative impact of clutter audits in getting 5 to 10 things out of your home every single day. So start doing it. Clutter audits. So think about, here's a great example of when I do clutter audits. Cleaning and chores, right? A part of everyday life. No one loves to do it. I don't like wiping down the kitchen counters or doing laundry, but it's part of life. And so anytime I'm spending time in my laundry room, putting dirty clothes in the wash and grabbing the soap and reaching up on my shelf for the soap, that is an opportunity for me to quickly assess the products and the things that I have on that shelf in my laundry room and go, have I used this recently? Why am I not reaching for this? Remember, things that get shoved and pushed back to the backs of shelves or cabinets tend to be forgotten about and not used. Maybe you didn't like it. Maybe you didn't like the scent, whatever it is. Maybe you have a new product you like better. That's your opportunity to take literally less than 30 seconds to go, you know what? I don't need this. I can donate it. I can give it to a neighbor. I can give it to a friend. I can give it to someone at church. Let go of those products. Or maybe you realize that half the products in your laundry room or your cleaning space are expired. So get rid of them. Anytime I do dishes and I put the cleaning solution back under the kitchen sink, which is where I keep it, that's an opportunity for me to quickly look at the stuff underneath my kitchen sink and go, have I used this? Right? You get the idea. Do I need this? Is this clutter? Is this actually helping me? Do I need this? And the answer so often when it's no, go put it in your donation bin, which I hope you have set up somewhere in your home by now. When you get dressed each day, right? You walk into your closet or you open your drawer. That's a great opportunity to see if you can let anything go and then put it in your donation bin. It can be so much simpler than we think. And these clutter audits, I swear by, I do them on a weekly basis. In fact, just the other day, I got rid of about 10 items from my closet that I gave myself the last 3 months to wear. I hadn't touched them, even though I thought I may have. That was my opportunity that morning when I did my clutter audit to finally let go versus procrastinating and it becoming this big, overwhelming project. Here are a few mantras I swear by that have kept my home stress-free over the years. The 30-second rule. Now, this is also going to make your daily resets easier because when we put things back where they belong the first time or as quickly as possible, it means we're not delaying the inevitable and having to handle it later when we do our daily reset. But again, we're not perfect. We're human beings. Things are going to land where they don't belong. But anyway, that 30-second rule goes like this. If I can get this done in 30 seconds or less, I'm going to do it now. So if I can run upstairs really quick and put this toothpaste that I just got at the store away in my bathroom vanity, and it takes me less than 30 seconds to do, I'm just gonna go ahead and do it versus throwing it on the kitchen counter to handle later. The other one, I shared this in some of my videos before, Ohio. If you live in the state of Ohio, this is for you. If not, it's still for you because Ohio stands for only handle it once. Well, not the state doesn't stand for only handle it once. This acronym I love and swear by, only handle it once. So put it away the first time. Don't put it on the counter or on the table to have to handle later. You can teach this to your partner, to your kids. My kids who are 5 and 7 know Ohio. And the cool thing is you don't need to follow it 100% of the time and be perfect. Even if you follow it 50% of the time, it'll still make your daily resets simpler and make your home less stressful. And the last one is don't put it down, put it away, right? These all fall in line with making your home less stressful, putting things back where they belong the first time, and instilling these really powerful habits that I promise you make such a big impact in your home. So if you're ready to tackle your home and end the battle with clutter, make sure to click the video on your screen now.